What's up, guys? It's Brandon, Logan, and John, and we are behind the counter. It's episode 3 already, guys. Pretty hard to believe. We're already filming episode 3. Getting ready to conclude 2025. A bunch of crazy stuff going on in the industry. If you guys are not following it, FN finishing up their SCAR lineup. No more 16Ss, 17Ss, 20Ss. And then more recently, if you guys have heard, with the whole Glock debacle. So Gen 5s are going to be a thing of the past, moving to the Gen V. So if you guys are not following that, stay tuned to that. This week we're going to kind of concentrate a little more on doing a layout of pretty much budgets for any and everyone for the holiday season. So whether you guys, are preparing for birthdays end of the year, we know some friends and family members that are January 1 babies. So they're celebrating Christmas and birthdays at the same time. We want to kind of highlight some products that could fit into a bunch of different categories, whether it's modification from John, letting him do some custom Cerakoting, or letting Logan do a 365 build, do some enhancements. So we'll talk about some enhancements to guns, and then also go from there. So Logan, you want to tip us off with like the Radian ramjets and that kind of stuff?
Yep. So one of my favorite things for the 365 is your Radian ramjet. So it comes as a kit. You get your barrel and your compensator, and the way they do their compensator with a crossbolt doesn't come loose after a couple rounds or a bunch of rounds. I have one of these on my Glock. Has not really moved ever unless I wanted it to. It's nice and easy because it's just a drop-in kit. They're at what, $400?
Yeah, $400.
Yeah.
Got a couple different colors that obviously go between black, silver,
Black,
bronze.
burnt bronze, and like a silverish tin. You can get them for your 43Xs, your SIG P365 lineup, and a good number of your Glock lineup. They did announce, the 43X. I just haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, I think there's actually 43s, 43X, 365. So obviously you guys know, and Logan can allude more to it. Your 365, I really want him to dive into it being a complete Lego gun. So this you can do on macros, you could do it on the 3.1, which would be the standard size 365, or graduate or combine all three.
So what he's kind of talking with the 365 is if you use a small or the standard 365 where it's the 3.1 inch barrel and a macro frame, your ramjet sits flush inside the frame of the gun. So for concealed carry, I'm getting the added benefits of 30 to 40% recoil reduction without making the overall footprint of the gun any larger. So we've had quite a few people do that. I've had no bad feedback. I mean, have you guys heard any complaints on it?
No, it shoots so much smoother.
And if you're doing that, it's really not hard. I can do that in 10, 15 minutes. And most people, hey, if I like to tinker with my hands, you can do that at your house. It's super easy to do.
Checks all the boxes, guys. It looks awesome. Like Logan talked about, anybody that's got a 43X, 19, 17, your 365 variants, any of these ramjets, obviously specifically for those guns, look awesome, and you do really get like a 30 to 40% reduction in recoil. So if you guys have not gone on YouTube, look at some of the slow motion videos on how it really settles the gun and you don't get that muzzle flip. Looks awesome, and obviously functionality is a big improvement, so super sick.
I'm going to talk about the Glock 43X Orca from Sharko's Tactical. So this is my everyday carry, because once we got these in, I just couldn't help myself. So basically, they take this standard Glock 43X and they make it into this monstrosity of a cool everyday carry gun. So this thing comes ported barrel and slide. It also comes with the standard barrel, so if you want to swap that out, just run a ported slide. Nice optic ready or suppressor height sights, so it'll co-witness with your red dot.
What's the footprint, John? Is it RMSE or?
RMSE, yep.
Okay.
So you can run any of your Hollison EPS carry footprints, all that stuff. So we keep those in stock. It's a very precision barrel. Nice new stippling on the grip. The only thing I would change out is probably the trigger. We can go with a Glock Performance trigger, which we normally have in stock. They're about $100. So this guy runs, I think, $7.99. Yep, out of the box, ready to go, guys. For me, as a Cerakoter and gunsmith, and Brandon is the brains behind it, for me to try to replicate this, there's no way we'd be able to be at this price.
So John,
So-
what would it cost you, like just roughly for the audience, what would that cost to, if I brought you a 43X MOS, just to be fair, let's say that's a $580 gun, just base, what would it cost to accessorize to even get close to that?
About $600
On top of the
on
price?
top of that.
So we're talking $1,100
Yeah.
neighborhood, something like that.
And this thing, with everything that it comes with, is $800. So pretty mind-blowing. They shoot fantastic, so I am not a big concealed carry fan as far as like shooting these all the time, because they're very snappy guns, whether it's in the 43X platform, 365 platform, anything like that. Anybody that knows, the smaller the gun, the worse the recoil. But I will say this bad boy shoots like a standard full-size gun, with the porting being what it is and just the barrel. So come get it today. We normally try to have these in stock. Excuse me. I mean, I have nothing but good things to say to this. So if you have that in your budget, your husband or wife might really like this. It's easy to shoot, so especially for females that are like, oh, I don't like recoil. Well, you get all the luxuries of a 43X with minimal recoil. Other thing I would say is we try to keep these in stock as well is the Shield Arms conversion mags. So the stock mags are 10 round. We have these conversion kits that go to 15. So I think it's like 125.
Is it flush or are they extended? Or?
It's flush.
Okay,
Yep.
so it just sits like, you don't
Yep.
have this big block
Yep.
on the end of
We
it.
can change everything out. So it comes with a different magazine release, which is metal. So I do not recommend running the old style mags in there because it will wear down the plastic. But it comes with a metal magazine release, and then it sits flush. So it's pretty gnarly.
Hard to beat.
Yeah,
It's-
guys. I mean, he reiterated, but again, $799 for the gun with 2 barrels. It's already OptiCut for RMSC. You've got a laser engraved finish enhancement on the frame. OptiCut, 2 barrels. It's ported, so it's going to keep the gun nice and flat. And then that slide, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it's got a bunch of lightning cuts and everything on it. And that windowed slide is going to reduce the weight, perpetual weight of that slide going back and forth. And it looks awesome.
Yeah.
So
when
it's a
you
win-win.
started getting these in, I'm like, oh, I think I can do that. And I mean, I know I can, but not for that price. So
Yeah.
not sure how they're doing it, but I know that we have them. So come and get them. They're super awesome, lightweight. So come check them out.
Cool. So for those of you who don't know me personally, the guys will pick on me, but I'm a huge single action snob. So I really like 2011s, which is odd because on top of it, I'm a left-handed shooter, so it's not really advantageous for me to be a 2011 shooter. Granted, there's some guns now that have added to the market that you can have ambidextrous slide release and stuff. Your P211, the GTO from SIG, shout out for that. Who else am I forgetting, guys, that plays in the space? The OA Defense,
08 Defense, yeah.
2311. So some hybrid 2311s and 2011s that will work for a left-handed shooter, but you know, I just got used to shooting guns that are not set up for me. So with that being said, I think John will probably dive a little bit more into it, but I have to talk about the elephant in the room, the Alpha Foxtrot Romulus. Crazy gun. So in terms of our gift ideas, you know, our ramjet's around $400-ish. So for people that are trying to kind of be budget conscious, for friends and family around that time, totally understand. That would be like a $400 option. John talked about his Orca, beloved Orca is $799 all in, which is awesome. John, what does that one cost?
These guys out the door, $1,639. So let me explain that to you. This is a 2011 comes with 2 optic plates. So you can run RMR, RMSC, Delta Point Pro, whole 9 yards. It comes ported. I mean, this thing, these guys give me a lot of hate, but they've seen it too. This thing stacks up to XC's, the whole 9 yards. So this is a full size 5-inch edition. We have the 3 1/4, 4 1/4 comped, or is it 3 1/2? I think.
Yeah, you got a 3 1/2. You got they're adding a bunch of different iterations. So you got threaded barrel model. You got some that have like the DLC coating. Like John's had a couple different generations of the Romulus, myself included. They do shoot awesome, and I mean I don't think we've had one complaint. And you know how it is in the firearms industry. Everybody's got something good to say, and then everybody's got something really shitty to say about the same gun. Just depends on the person. I've not heard anybody that has any negative. If I really wanted to be a super stickler, John probably will allude, it's the grip. It's forgiving. So if you ever wanted to carry it concealed inside the waistband against your skin, It's not crazy aggressive, but if you want to enhance it, we could always do that for you. We do some in-house stippling, something to kind of more mimic like the texture like you'd have on a macro or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, what drew me personally to this pistol right off the bat was out of the box, it comes with an extended slide release. So I have big hands, we shoot a lot, so I don't like having to manipulate my pistol when I'm either going back into battery or not. We're just checking it. So that is humongous. I mean, these guys can probably attest to it. When I shoot this thing, like, it doesn't move.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of wild. But yeah, it's an awesome gun for the price. I mean, standard 2011 prices. I mean, you're going to start in the twos minimum.
Oh yeah.
So these guys used to make all the parts for Wilson Combat, so they are no longer doing that. They're based out of, I think, Duluth, Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia.
So it's made in America. I mean,
Yeah, phenomenal job, guys. If you're looking for a price point, you want to stay well under the $2,000 since we're trying to kind of give you guys gift ideas for different price groups. If you have not shot a single action beyond like a 45 1911 or something like that, which you're going to have a bunch of recoil, it's a single stack magazine, depending on if the gun's been shot a lot or depending on how it's tuned, we'll just say that. You can have a $500 1911 or a $5,000, and they're all going to operate differently. But I will say, holistically, whether you're looking at some of the Turkish stuff, give them an example, EAA, some of the Mac 9 DSs, those are all great entry level.
Gerson.
Gerson with their match, like the X. Those are all phenomenal pistols at the price point. But I'm telling you, for $1,600 to $1,700 range with a onboard compensator, great finish, service rail, extended controls, mags. So yeah, we didn't really talk about that yet. John will tell you a little bit more about mags. So there's some people in the game. I like my bull armory. I'll be honest with you guys. I still like shooting my bull armory, but it does suck to have proprietary mags. If the mags are out of stock, guess where they come from? They come from bull armory only. So unless a dealer has a few laying around somewhere in their shop, if they're out of stock, you're SOL. So I've run into that before. Got some rust on some of mine. We go out and shoot in the summertime a lot, sweating. If you don't wipe those things down after every use, you can get some of that surface rust and stuff on them. So I was looking for a couple extra mags, and bull armories have become a little bit more in the spotlight. So with that being said, those are imported guns. They're imported from Israel, and then they're distributed out of, I think, Miami, Florida. So they come in very small tidbits. Even us in the shop, we try to keep in stock, and I mean, we're lucky to have one or two in the shop at any given time. So, but yeah, I do not stress this enough, is if you've not gone hands-on with an Alpha Foxtrot, I think John, as nice as he is, would even probably let you shoot one of his. We got a range right up the road from us. If you guys come in, we got to send you up the road. That's how confident we are, guys, in this gun. We're never going to put you in something that we don't use ourselves or that we have not shot the shit out of. So, just some.
Yeah, but the mags, I mean, it'll take, 2K11 mags, MDX mags,
Prodigy mags. Which your Prodigy mags run what, like 40 to 50 bucks?
Yeah, so instead of a Scotto, which I'm not hating on them, love them, good gun, but I mean, those mags are what, $110?
Yeah, they can be. I mean, you're 70s and up. So if you're doing the extended mags, you could be $100. If they're like the specialty mags, where they're like the polished stainless, they can get expensive. If you're trying to do like 4 or 5 mags at a time, that's not a cheap setup for sure.
Yeah, so it's heck of a gun. So come by and check it out. We normally try to have at least 3 or 4 of them at any given time, but we can get more. So come check them out. And
I'm really going to push you guys to buy one of these and then let John customize it. So let us stipple it, let us Cerakote it. Most of them, customers are super cool that have bought them so far. They let us put X300s on them. We put SROs on them, EPS carries. I think John's first generation, he had a EPS enclosed because he was going to kind of want to do everything with it. Conceal carry it, wear it in here every day. Obviously, as you guys know, your closed emitters will keep a lot of dust and debris and dirt out of it. If it's going to be just for like fun gun, like SROs, things like that are kind of our favorite. RMR HDs are really sick on them as well. So yeah, bring John any of your guns, guys. He's been doing some crazy stuff. If you're not already following John, shameless plug, check him out. Guardian Gunworks, obviously on Instagram, posts a lot of really cool stuff. Do a lot of collaborations in here. I'll give him some ideas of, hey, we'll give you a brief example. I was out playing some volleyball of all things, and I send John at 10 o'clock at night, I'm like, bro, we got to do this. this gentleman was wearing like a Burton sweatshirt, but it was a very proprietary camo that I was like, man, I just envisioned that on a lever action. So John brought it to life. What did that end up costing? We did a custom camo. It doesn't even exist in the wild other than on a sweatshirt. What did it cost?
I think it was $480.
Okay.
But I mean, that's complete disassembly. That is sandblasting. And then I've got so the newer guns, for a lot of people that don't know, newer guns, there's a lot of packing grease that's actually embedded into the metal. So after I sandblast it, I have to what's called do a blast out, where I have to put the gun back in the oven for 3 or 4 hours and let all of that oil seep back out. That way I can re-sandblast it. I have to do that sometimes 2 or 3 times.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah, so it can be pretty time consuming. So, when the cost is like, oh my gosh, it's $500-600, $400, there's a reason. It's not just the Cerakote. There's just a lot of time and labor that goes into that. But I was able to take a picture of a dude's sweatshirt and put it into a 4570 Henry Model X, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. And it was pretty awesome. I mean, with the aftermarket buttstock, the Midwest Industries handguard, it was pretty slick.
Yeah. So in terms of other things that you guys can use for gift ideas, if you're really, really confident in letting us kind of take the wheel, or if you already have some ideas, let's say your significant other is like, man, I really wish I could get this gun fixed. Let's say they dropped it or scratched it or whatever the case may be, and it needs to be resurrected. Another great idea is, hey, let's say you've got a family member that, let's say, handed down a gun and it's maybe not in the best of shape. We get a lot of guys that'll bring in some stuff and we're showing them, hey, this thing's got pitting in it or it's got rust on it or whatever. John can always resurrect that stuff, bring it back to life, and give it kind of an old age touch, but then make it a little bit more user friendly. So
I've got 4 1922 lever guns right now that we're completely restoring from the ground up. So redoing all the wood finish on it. We're Cerakoting all the hardware, the barrel, magazine tubes to kind of match a bluing. Bluing in the, I guess you could say, eastern part of North Carolina. Depending on how you store it, doesn't really hold up the way it's supposed to. That's why I kind of push Cerakoting. I can get the color-wise pretty close to it. It's called Midnight. So pretty easy process. That stuff, it'll last for years and years and years. And if you're not going to use that gun and store it, that Cerakote's not going to rust. So awesome application. So yeah.
Well, here's another thing to think about, guys. So personal testimony from the shop. We got in a rare gun, brand new from the factory, maybe got jostled around during shipping, something like that. It was a rare Smith & Wesson that's a exclusive for a particular distributor, so not one we get a lot of. I showed John, I said, hey, I got some bad news. And he's like, what you got? I show him this brand new gun out of the box that, if, not to get into the weeds, but getting a gun back to a distributor sometimes can be a pain. And then if they're allocated guns where there's only 5, 6, 7 of them that are allocated, getting that back, a lot of times they'll either just credit you back and you don't get that gun back, or if there's not any more that are available, we're just pretty much SOL. You guys probably already know, we try to have the rarest guns in here, the most collectible guns, and the most desirable guns. So if I get a 1 of 7, a 1 of 10, I don't want to give it back. So I showed John. John's like, bro, I got this. So we did a little touch up first, just to make sure it was like the matched color and all that, because some of that stuff, if it's mixed in house, maybe it doesn't match exactly. I think luckily this one was like a straight OD green. So John was not happy. He's like, no, dude, I want to do it the right way. So he takes it to his shop, completely strips it down, and then fixes it where it's OEM spec. You would never even know.
Never know.
But again, that just goes to the testament of, if you've got a gun that's blued or something like that from the yesteryear, you live in eastern North Carolina or surrounding areas where we're exposed to a lot of like salt. You got salt in the air. If you go out, let's say in the river basin, there is a high salt content in that water. You touch the water, you touch the gun, you don't wipe it down. You can see what happens with that. It's just a chemical process. And then 2, myself included, I got naturally oily hands. So if I touch a gun, especially an older, very thin blued finish, it's easy for it to seep past those pores into the metal and then leave rust. I've had guys bring us new guns, I shit you not. They've touched their gun with their oily, sweaty hands, put it back in a case. Guess what's happened? They've kept all that moisture and everything on the gun, didn't wipe it off, and they go to pull it out, and this thing's literally got thumbprints and fingerprints on the gun. So you guys got to be careful out there. We're a huge advocate for CLP and other oils.
Barricade oil was awesome for blue
Yeah.
guns. That's what I highly recommend. You can pick it up at Sportsman's Warehouse. I'm going to try to get it to where we can have it in store. But yeah, that stuff's gnarly. But yeah, I mean, as far as the Cerakote process goes, I mean, we can do just about anything. I mean, that's a testament. Like sending me a picture of a dude's sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I want to make it happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. So if you guys want to pimp out an Orca or pimp out a Romulus or a 365, I mean, Logan's going to go in a little bit about how we can pimp out a 365. I mean, as far as grips, slides, the whole 9 yards. So we've done a couple in the past. We want to do a lot more. So Logan, if you want to take it off
Yep.
with the 365.
So the 365, like Brandon likes to call them, the Lego guns.
Mm-hmm.
So the serialized portion of the gun is the trigger. The whole fire control unit or the trigger comes out of the gun. So that's my starting point. That's my first brick in this Lego house we're going to build. So anything you want to do with the gun, hey man, I found this company that makes a grip module for it. All right, cool. Or I want to lighten up the springs for the striker assembly. Or now it is, I think CNC, Tyrant CNC.
Yeah, Tyrant does the like intelligent fire trigger.
Yeah, so like a
Telefire.
Glock trigger where you would have your trigger safety in the back of your trigger. Hey, I want an extended slide release or mag release, whatever you want to do to these guns. There's big name companies making parts for these, and it's just a matter of, hey, I'll do this myself, or hey man, I lose springs and they disappear on my carpet. Bring it in here. If I lose it, I'll fix it instead of you having to hunt for it for 2 hours in your living room. The first one we did, shout out Greg, thanks for the idea. The whole gun, we rebuilt everything in it. The only thing that was still factory was, I think, the serialized portion of the
like
trigger.
the FCU.
Yeah. I mean, we redid aftermarket slide with lightning cuts. We did the Radian ramjet to where it sat inside the frame. Did the Icarus Precision. So if you haven't seen any of those grips, they're nice because they're aluminum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an aluminum grip,
Very
so
nice.
it's a little heavier than your polymer, but it's not heavy like a stainless steel. You know, it's not a brick. It gives you the gas pedal or the accelerator cuts. So then, as you're gripping the handgun, your thumbs already have a natural index point, and it kind of helps with.
Managing recoil.
Yeah, it almost forces the gun back down onto target in conjunction with the ramjet. You can do whatever you want, and that's just the gun. If you want it in a certain color, John can Cerakote it into whatever pattern, color, camo scheme, you know, show him a picture of a sweatshirt or whatever you want.
Yeah.
We can build it the way you want, and then John can create whatever masterpiece or work of art that you want it into. And you can do it with any size 365. So you want to do it with a small 365, hey man, I don't want a macro the size, you know, that's kind of out of what I want to conceal carry. All right, you can do a lot of the same things to your smaller 365s or the biggest, the Fuse. So whatever you want to do with the 365, we can do it.
Yeah, if you have a 365 already and you guys are watching this now and you're like, there's something I don't like about it, bring it to John, talk to Logan, tell them what you like or don't like about it. I promise you they can enhance it. We had a gentleman, this was, probably 2 years ago, maybe-ish. It was over a year ago. And he came in and said, hey, I want this 365 to do this, 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 and this. And I said, well, unfortunately, they don't make what you are looking for. He wanted at the time, he wanted a small metal grip module. So like now, if you guys are following the 365, 380, the Lux, he essentially wanted a Lux, but he wanted it in a small footprint with a integrated compensator so that it would fit. He had a smaller hand. It was really more his distance from his thumb to his index finger. He needed a small grip module. So we sourced these parts from various other companies and then used that FCU to custom build him. So he has a one-off 365 Frankenstein gun that, you know, to this day, they still don't really make what he wanted. And again, this was a 9mm, so the Lux is 380. This one, he wanted that size and footprint, but wanted the reduced recoil in a 9mm, and they just don't make that with a metal frame from SIG directly. So,
Well, that's the nice thing about SIG is we had an older gentleman that for years and years and years, all his concealed carry guns had manual safeties. He found a SIG that he really liked the way it shot, but did not have the manual safety in that exact size, model, color, all that. SIG's good about you can order all those little individual parts. So we just ordered a factory safety and a factory grip module for it. And I mean, we made his non-manual safety 365 into a manual safety. You can, when I say you can do anything to these guns, you can do just about anything,
Wow. So you can take a manual safety, make it non-manual safety. You
or
can
vice versa.
add a manual safety to a non if you're not comfortable. You can do an intelligent fire or a safe action style trigger on these, which a lot of people, catch some shade about. Well, this thing doesn't have a safety. There's ways around it. So again, if you have a 365, let's say it's an outdated one, it's non-optic cut, whatever, and you want us to spice it up, John, Logan can do all of that, whether it's optic cut that John would actually cut physically on the gun with a CNC machine, he can do it. You want to Cerakote it, change the color, he can do it. You want to enhance the trigger, like reset, all that stuff. Logan can handle all that, those microscopic parts. So it'll make it much easier for him to make those alterations on the fly for whatever you need. So guys, we've got something for everyone in the shop and every price point. Just give us some ideas of what you want. This is what your spouse wants. They want firearms. They want firearm accessories. If they follow us, if they shop here, we'll make it easy, I promise you. You don't have to go get them socks or underwear, Logan, or any other crap that they don't really want. Buy them what they want. Like, I'll give you a testament. My wife will not buy me a serialized gun. The guys give Amanda ideas all the time. What does she say? I'm not buying him a gun. He owns a gun shop. I get that. I get that. But on the flip side of that, there's people just like me. They're like, okay, I don't really want my wife's spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, going to get me a serialized item. I don't want them doing paperwork. I don't want to go through all the logistics. I totally get that. But what we can do, we got gift cards. We've got Cerakoting options. We've got custom shop options. We've got John doing holsters now, which we'll kind of talk a little bit about while we got some time. So there's something for everyone. You can come in here and spend $20 or $20,000. Either way, we're going to give you the same service regardless. But promise you, like, if you come in, tell us a little bit about your spouse. Hell, we might even know him if you come in and name drop. We'll tell you what he wants or doesn't want.
I mean, let's be real. If you're watching us talk right now, you landed here for a reason.
Yeah.
There's already something you want. All you got to do is send this link on YouTube to your significant other. Let them watch it. If these don't give you some ideas, give us a call. Swing on by the shop. Promise we're not going to bite. Come on in. We'll show you everything we got and fit what you need for your budget. We got you covered. So
Yeah, we're good at keeping those secrets too.
yes, we've done some pretty cool gifts. We had a exclusive Trump Desert Eagle, and the mom bought it on site. She's like, I want to gift it to him. Is it cool if I have him come to the shop and then you guys gift it for him and I'd be here? I'm like, hell yeah, sign us up. Like, that's awesome. So, it was nonchalant. The mom's like, hey, meet me. We're going to go to lunch. Meet me at this place. And then, she surprised him. So that was pretty awesome. So we enjoy being part of the gift giving process, whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, any of that stuff. We love personalizing that stuff. We take this stuff like very, very serious, and we treat it like it's our own. So we're more than obliged to do something custom for you or find something for that significant other. So we definitely look forward to that stuff. So you want to talk about your holsters a little bit?
Yeah, so like he was talking, so the Icarus Precision Grip has gas pedals on both sides. So trying to find a holster for that's about next to impossible. So we were able to come together and I was able to make a mold for it. So super easy. Just take a standard 365 holster, whether you have a light or an optic. I cut them regardless if you have an optic or not. That way down the road, if you want to run one, you never have to worry about it. The standard, so this is just our standard run-of-the-mill inside the waistband. These run $59.95. So we try to keep these in stock for your Glock 43Xs, your P365s, 17s, 19s, 320s, 1911s. We try to keep the
Bodyguard
standard.
2.0.
Yeah, Bodyguard 2.0. That's actually a really weird looking holster because it's so small, but it works. So come by and check these out. We try, like I said, we try to keep these in stock. If we don't have them in stock, they're about a week out. So we do most of our material ordering on Fridays. If we get a lot of orders, we'll do them on Wednesdays. But going off of that, we've got a bunch of different color options. So this is for Mr. Brandon here. We're doing a custom run of pistols that we're going to build in-house, and we're going to be giving the holsters with them. So this is what's called an ulti-clip. Me and Brandon and Logan really like these because you can wear them with gym shorts, you can wear them with sweatpants, anything. They just clip right on. It's not this huge, big buckle thingamajig that's there. So these are really nice. This is in like a gray Cryptek. We can change out your screw colors. We can change out the washer colors, the whole 9 yards. So we can get super Gucci. So they're going to range from $59.95 to these run around $99.95. And then your standard inside the waistband, but like a carbon fiber with an ulti clip, those are going to be $79.95. So we have 3 different tiers for you guys. So if you're just looking for run-of-the-mill, everyday black, EDC, inside the waistband or outside the waistband black, $59.95 all day long. Logan and myself can take care of you with all your needs. So if I don't know the answer, he'll know the answer, and vice versa. We're pretty versed in this stuff, so we make them all in-house right across the street at my shop. Like I said, if we don't have it, about a week out, but very easy stocking stuffer, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I order all the materials and kind of make my own stuff because I'm like, I kind of really like this color. So, yeah. But yeah, that's holsters. Pretty straightforward and to the point. Just come by, check them out.
And he's got a bunch of like swatches. So if, hey man, I don't want black, but I don't know what I want.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a bunch of different
Black
colors you can look at.
multicam. You can look. I mean, if you want pink, I can do pink.
Yeah.
Tiffany blue.
Tiffany blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, too, if you guys are like EDCing, think about what colors you wear. Like if you're wearing tan a lot, you wear a lot of tan khakis, you might want a tan holster.
Yep.
If your shirt would ever come up or something like that, you're easily blending in with that environment of what you're wearing, so much easier to conceal. But some people just want like a cool color. Hey, I want, neon green, or I want to do, we've done some theme guns. So we've done some theme guns where they wanted matching holsters. So, I mean, we've done some like holiday theme stuff. We've done some sports theme stuff, all that. So he can kind of color code, John can color code that stuff. So all that can be done based on what you need or what, you want to kind of tune to your own liking. I want you to kind of talk about the lever action. So like a lot of people have been coming in asking about lever actions. This is going to be the firearm when people ask that we generally push people to for a reason, because there's a lot of different options for hardware, internal upgrades, titanium hardware,
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff. So I'll let John kind of go into all the meat and potatoes of
Yeah,
that.
so I'm sure you guys have seen some of our posts here recently. We've been tearing up the lever gun world as far as customizing, Cerakoting, the whole 9 yards. So we'll start basic. So the 2 things that you're always going to want to change is your buttstock and your handguard. Ranger Point Precision makes an awesome one. Was it Midwest Industries makes
yeah.
a really good one. I mean, those are the 2 heavy hitters. I think there's one more I'm forgetting.
You got Chisel that does the stocks. You've got Tapco that's doing some of the stocks, the skeletonized metal stocks for various calibers.
So it skeletonizes everything. It does not add, actually, in my opinion, it takes away some weight, even though this is plastic. It just makes it a little bit better balanced, if that makes sense, because as of right now, this gun sits, it's very front heavy, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're trying to swing from target to target, you might have an issue, especially if you're not used to it. We've been doing a bunch of, I can do the trigger jobs on these, so changing out the spring rates. If you want a super Gucci trigger, we can put the bigger lever on it, so it's like a quick action lever. Biggest thing that we've actually started doing is changing out the hardware, so the screws. So one of the biggest issues with these, or any other lever gun, is that these screws strip really, really easily. So if you want to do any work on your lever gun, just bring it to me. That way we don't have any issues. So we've actually been using titanium hex head screws, and they are money. So they sit flush. You don't have to worry about using just a simple flathead and then that thing coming off and scratching something or anything like that. They're awesome. They're about $60, but it's the full set of screws for the entire gun. So that's from your lever takedown all the way up to your magazine lip. So pretty sick. But as far as Cerakoting these things, I take it all the way apart, and we can do two-tone, we can do camo, we can do, I'm working on right now where I'm doing multicam buttstock and handguard, and then just a single coat on the receiver and the barrel and the magazine. So really, the sky's the limit on these things.
Yeah, you guys will see, like, I'm not going to throw names out there, but there's some other companies that are asking $4,000 and $5,000 for their lever actions with a
2-year wait.
2-year wait, 6-month wait, 1-year wait. We've got a lot of options in terms of hardware, internal upgrades, and options. Let's say you go to this other said company and say I want a lever action. There's not a whole lot of special requests. It's they build it their way, and that's the way you get it, which is fine. I mean, they're putting their own custom touch on it. But if you want to build a gun to your specifics, let's say you've already got a suppressor that you want to put on it, and you want to have John put a muzzle device on it, he can do that. Hey, I want to do some internal upgrades while it's already all apart. That's a great time because that labor rate overlaps with taking things apart, cleaning them, all that stuff. So, John, what, just out of curiosity, the last one we did, which was pretty Gucci, minus like suppressor and all that, what did that thing cost? Was it like all in?
All in, about $490.
Okay, gotcha. So, guys, custom Cerakote job for $490. You can hand pick your colors. He's got swatches galore. And, you know, if you want a ghosted style, or hey, I want to take this M81, but I want to throw a spin on it and do it all green. I'm always bringing John these stupid ass concepts that I come up with that he somehow makes work.
But we do it.
But yeah, we make it happen. So if there's something that you're like, man, I want this, but I don't know how to make it happen, just bring us some color ideas, some screenshots, whatever, and you know we can try to find the colors specific to like what you're wanting, and then John can make it happen.
Yeah, we love doing it, but I think the biggest, I wouldn't say pet peeve, but it's if you come and you say, I don't know what I want, just do what you would want to do to it. It's not really how this works, because what I might like might not be what you like.
Yeah.
And we love some inspiration. So like if you come in here, I might not know the answer of camos. Brandon is a snob when it comes to camouflage and coming up with something that is just
It's fair.
asinine out in the world. But he also, if you know Brandon, he's a stickler on perfection. So anything that we're going to do here in this shop is going to walk out of here perfect. So kudos to me, kudos to these guys for holding me accountable. But yeah, we love building lever guns. They just look awesome. You know, if you get a 357, it's cheap to shoot. I'm not sure why, but a lot of people are going for the 4570s nowadays. I get it. I mean, it's a big round, expensive round to shoot, but just that girth, and I guess of having, hey, I've got a 4570 that's all Gucci'd out. I mean, it speaks volumes. So, yeah, come by, check them out. We're going to keep these in stock. The Henry Big Boy Model X, don't forget.
Yeah, so Model X from Henry, like we talked about, a bunch of different options in terms of the hardware and what you can do externally to make it your own, whether it's different quivers, whether it's different skeletonized stocks, hand guards that are either convertible, meaning they don't have the full pick rail that go all the way across the top, or if you want something like one of the exclusive, like the Costa collaboration with Ranger Point, that's one of my personal favorites. They are a pain in the ass to put together because there's a lot of little small parts and stuff and getting everything to align. That's what I have on my personal gun. I really like the look of it. It's ergonomic, so it's got some like vein work in it to get you a really good solid grip. And it's got a lot of M-lock slots so that you can use it for weapon lights, grip inserts, all that stuff. So I really like that, but they're not cheap. So if you really want to go mild or want to go wild with a lever action, you can start with buying the lever action for about $1,000 to $1,100, depending on the caliber. So the Henry X they do in, keep me honest, 410,
30-30,
30-30, 357,
4570,
4570,
and 45 long Colt.
And I'm forgetting one, 44 mag.
44 mag.
Yeah, so there's quite a few guys. So depending on what you're into, if you've already got like a collection that you've got, let's say some revolvers in 44 mag, or you got a couple guns in 357 Magnum or 38 Special, all that ammo you could run in a lever action. So that's what I end up doing is, hey, I've got some of this ammo already that I bought in bulk. I'm going to do a 38/357 so that I can use it still for hunting, but I can afford to shoot 38 Special, go out with the boys, and we just go out and rape some ammo and shoot 500 rounds, and it doesn't, break the bank. I can buy that stuff for $20-some a box.
And these things suppress extremely well.
So I was going to say it might be a hot take, but a suppressed lever gun
is vibey.
There's not a whole lot of guns that'll make us giggle anymore.
Yeah,
we took out Ernie's, I think it was a 357, right? He had a big suppressor on it, but I mean that thing shooting, it was funny. You hear the round crack and then nothing until ding. It's a lot of fun to shoot a suppressed lever gun, and if you're hunting, hey, I don't got to worry about I'm walking through the woods looking for whatever you're hunting, and I could wear earplugs or my ears are gonna ring or whatever. No, you have a suppressed lever gun, so you're automatically cooler than your friends, and your ears aren't gonna hurt.
Yeah, and I mean, all those build kits, either from Razor Point or Midwest Industries, they're all going to come with rail systems. So as soon as we're done, or hell, even before, pick out what optic you want to run. It'll already be mounted in zero by the time you pick it up. So we've been doing a lot of 1x4s on these. I mean, we just did one with a Unity mount and an EOTech. I mean, that was
dope.
pretty gnarly. So yeah, anything you guys want to dream up, we can make it happen.
Yeah, if you want to use it for setup for like a tactical spin, you can do that. If you want to do a tactical / hunting spin, the one that John and I kind of collabed on recently, where it was more like a, I'd almost call it like a coastal camo. It really blends well with like the dying foliage that you get in like fall and winter months. Looks good against like pine trees, looks good against the hardwoods and stuff. So, we could mimic that. I mean, hell, John's done Tiger Stripe, Digi, single stage, topographic. I mean, whatever you want, he can make it work.
Oh, yeah.
So super excited about John and what he brings to the table with the customizing. And then obviously what Logan does with all of his microscopic upgrades with the 365s and all that stuff.
Because his hands are so small.
Rat paws.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got the tiny guys. But no, I mean, if you guys have ever taken apart a 365 FCU, it's not fun. It sucks. Easy to lose parts. This guy's got it down pat. He can do it in his sleep. So kudos to that. So guys, we've done a bunch of different stuff of what we've got set up for the holiday season. So if you need a Glock, we're going to have Glocks as long as we can, Gen 5 stuff. So they're going to pave that stuff through November 30th. So you'll probably see some residual orders still coming in from probably like the first week of December. So if you're after like a Glock 19, a 47, a 19X, whatever, we'll probably try to have a few of those in the shop at all times. Scars, guys, just to give you an idea, all my distributors are out. So whatever scars we have left in the shop, that is it. And then anything else is going to be kind of business as usual. So 365s we'll always have in all shapes, sizes, and colors. We'll probably start doing some of our EDC packages like John alluded to. So the EDC package, the way that we've kind of devised it is a lot of people come in and they're like, I want kind of like a one-stop shop. Can you set me up with the best of the best light, the best of the best optic, and then still make it reasonable and affordable? So we're going to do that. So we're going to do John's custom shop holsters. So we're going to do some like specialty colors that'll be specific to the guns that we build. So stay tuned to that. We'll do it with a lot of our like really popular guns, 43Xs, 48s, 365s. I think we talked about doing maybe like a bodyguard or something like that. So tuning them so that they're already ready to go, whether they're going to have like night sights, flashlight, optic, and then have those upgrades on the holster for like the ulti clip, so you can wear them with whatever clothes you're wearing, whether it's board shorts, whether it's your casual setup, dress up. Those ulti clips are great. And then John can also make you multiple setups. So hey, I wear a shirt and a tie at work and a jacket. He can make you a setup for that, or make something that's more for casual use. Or even you guys like to go to the range with us, you got a duty belt, you want something set up on QLS or whatever, you can do that stuff too.
Yeah, we can make that happen too.
Yeah, so guys, we got something like price point for everything for the holiday season. So you could spend as little as, what's the cheapest Cerakote job I can get from you, John? If I did like a single stage on a slide, not to put you on the spot, but roundabout, what's that price?
$120.
Okay, so guys, you can customize your gun. Let's say you scratched it up, you dropped it at the range, whatever the case may be, or you just want to make it custom, whatever. As little as $100. And then we can graduate up to Logan's Ramjet. So you got the Ramjets in the 19s, your 47s, 365s, 43s, 43Xs. Call it what, $400?
Yep. And that's barrel, comp, and the hardware to mount them. So that's not bad.
Yeah, not bad. You got your Romulus, so you want to get in the 2011 game and not break the bank for well under $2,000. Okay, under $1,700. You can get their flagship Romulus compensated for like 16 and some change with the both mounts. What do those mounts run? $120 a piece?
Oh, yeah.
So you're getting $200-ish in mounts in the box already. So whether you want to run an RMSC footprint or RMR, it's all included. That's a bang-up deal. The Orca, John talked about, hey, that's $1,100 setup to do
At least.
custom. You can get it for $799. Your lever guns, if you want to just get the lever gun and slowly customize it, we get it. You can get those for about $1,000, $1,100 for the Henry X model. So guys, we've got something for every budget. Or you want to really throw to the fences and you want to get it into a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 2011, or let us build you a custom one-off tactical rifle, carbine, SBR. We got you covered. So we got something for everything.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff.
I'm going to throw out a shameless plug for us.
Yeah.
The suppressors. So if you guys haven't heard, the entities that approve or process your Form 4s, they went back to work on Monday. So we've already had, one or two immediately come through. It seems like they were at the end of the approval when the government shutdown happened. So we're still kind of trying to reiterate to people like, hey man, if you can swing it, don't wait until January 1 when everybody else nationwide is going to wait to try to get on this suppressor. We get it, $200, that's a nice box of ammo or, a nice night out with the missus. But if you can swing it, do it beforehand because that case is going to empty out, and not just for us. We're kind of anticipating nationwide. And until October 31st, it is Silencer Co. and Dead Air are giving you $200 for Silencer Co., $300 for Dead Air in-store credit for them. So muzzle devices, swag, suppressor covers, or even another suppressor. And that credit is good until November 15th. So if it's something that has been kind of on the chopping block for you, like, hey, I want to do a suppressor at some point, if it was me, I would try to get it sooner rather than later because we're in uncharted waters, I think, as far as the NFA and the suppressor stuff. So there's no telling what that market is going to look like come January 1. Hopefully, they bounce back quickly.
To put it in perspective, if Brandon or myself go on our distributors' websites right now, and let's just say, for example, Velos 7.62, if you were to look at how many are actually available, it's probably going to blow your mind. So I'd probably say
it's not hundreds.
No, it's like in the 30s probably.
Yeah.
And that's for the nation. So like Logan said, get them now. Definitely not try to sell you stuff quick. We want you to not be disappointed come January 1 because SBRs, short barrel shotguns, all that stuff is going to go out the window.
Yeah, Q1 we're anticipating a really, really fast and hard push for NFA items because of the removal of the $200. If you're wanting to buy 3-4 cans, guys, I get it. That's $800 you're saving. You're pretty much getting a free can from that. And potentially by the time you're watching this, the rebates that Logan talked about are going to be null and void unless these guys decide to extend, which sometimes does happen. If they extend their offers through the holidays, you could take advantage of that. Or if another company jumps on board, keep us watched on our socials and we'll obviously update you. But the $200, if you're buying a can that's like multi-use or a hybrid can that you can run on 4 or 5 of your guns, guys, the $200 is literally like water under the bridge because it's $1,000 or $800, $1,200 investment. That $200 is marginal. And if you do it during that time where you're getting some promotion, you could get some money back on parts, accessories, swag, all that stuff.
If you run a suppressor, you need muzzle devices. So that's what a lot of guys are doing is using that $200 because those things are $115 a piece.
Yeah, and you can be $80 to $150 depending on if it's like Surefire. You're well over $100 per muzzle device.
Oh, yeah.
I think your Rugged's $80, $90. Same thing, unless it's like a specialty ASR mount. Those are around $100. So, yeah, just keep that in mind.
And we can get you in and out. I mean, 20, 25 minutes?
Yeah, most.
Yeah. If you guys want to get on that ship, jump on our website, set up your eForms account. If you haven't already, we give you a step-by-step guide on the website on how to do that, or we can always walk you through it in here. But that will cut out about 5 or 10 minutes of unnecessary wait time. So if you're like, hey, I'm on here on a lunch break, I can only do it in about 20, 25 minutes. We'll keep you on that time frame, do your photographing, do your fingerprinting, and get you in and out of the door. So,
cool. Right on.
Awesome, guys. We hope to see you guys for the holidays. Stay tuned with us. If you guys, again, like we always say, like, subscribe, share, and tell your friends about it. So obviously we're local to Wilmington. If you guys are watching from any surrounding areas, want to come check us out, we are in Wilmington in the New Hanover County area. You can check us out online, www.trippletguns.com. Definitely want to go like and share all John's stuff on Guardian Gunworks. He posts all of his stuff on his Instagram. So if you need concealed carry classes, you need cleaning, you need repair, you need Cerakoting, or even CNC on some select pistols, he's got you covered from that perspective. And then Logan's here, jack of all trades, and our 365 surgeon. So come see your boys, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Yeah.